name of this panel is Living the Dream. Yeah, he's the father of a daughter. I'm the father of a daughter, and it's exciting to see how many opportunities we're starting to provide. I think we need to do more. The member of the PFA right there, all-time leading goal scorer, says we need to do more too. Let's talk about aspirational stuff. Leicester have done this amazing thing. They've dropped my phone too. They've done this amazing thing. What is this dream, this achievement of a dream OS likely to do for football lovers in this country?
Well, it's extraordinary. I mean, obviously the game over here is quite diverse. You know, people follow various teams, A-League, English Premier League, etc., etc. But certainly, I mean, this fairy tale is just extraordinary, and I touched on it in the Herald Sun the other day. For the non-football audience, I gave an AFL analogy. It was like the North Ballarat or the Frankston Dolphins being promoted.
There is no
somehow.
analogy, David. There is no analogy.
Somehow being promoted from the VFL into the AFL and then winning it. And it's akin to, I mean, my local club, Dandy City, or one of the NPL clubs here going into the A-League and doing it. It's just extraordinary stuff. And
you know, there are 2 or 3 clubs in here that would like to do it and think they can.
Who's that?
Oh, no names, no pack drill, but I'm sure they would give it a red-hot go. So do we really have to create the framework and the opportunity for that to happen?
Well, interestingly, it's a topic we touch on in the Herald Sun tomorrow. The FFA has actually, the chairman, Stephen Lowy, has put expansion and promotion relegation back on the table. So I won't go into it too much because I know we don't have time, and I also want you to buy the Herald Sun tomorrow, but it's back on the agenda.
Catherine Gill, what do you think of that? The aspirational happenings overseas, are they likely to filter through and ripple through Australia and especially Victoria?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm a Perth girl myself, so I think we can get this all over Australia. I think it's great to see. It's always great to see the underdogs prove everyone wrong, and I guess the Matildas have that never say die attitude as well. So
we're not 5,000 to 1 on though, are we?
No, I don't think so.
No, but the minister's put a bit of pressure on. Do you think that'll be good for the girls?
Yeah, I think so. Why not?
Sports Minister of the sporting capital of Australia has just said they're gold bound.
Yeah, well, as you said, no pressure.
Philip Daliakis, is he like that in cabinet?
No, he contributes greatly in cabinet, but usually when he says something, it happens. So, look, I'm not suggesting everyone get out there and put some money on the Matildas, but put some money on the Matildas, because if John says it's happening, it's happening.
John?
Oh, look, they've been performing tremendously well, and I've been watching them very carefully, and of course, and I've got to congratulate again the A-League for leading the way with women's football. Having the W League is so important. Now we've got a bit of a catch-up with the AFL, and they're, you know, trying to accommodate females in their game. And so and congratulations to Melbourne City, by the way, in the W League winning the championship. So I truly believe, undefeated, correct. I truly believe with the talent that we've got currently and past performances, and I've watched them now over the last few months, it's unbelievable, and it needs to be recognised. And I say to all of the corporates in this room, get in there quick, get in there now. With female participation going up, you've got 51% of the population that needs boots,
correct,
that needs shorts, that needs all of those things. And can I just say, in terms of televised audience, that will grow as well. So we need to make sure as a government that we nurture and keep going with the pressure that we're putting on all of the sporting organisations to include females in their participation rates, and that will happen eventually.
David Davidovich, taking on the line from the Minister and just extending it, we're talking about putting events on, giving people opportunity. Well, the Dodoni series, the Socceroos in Greece actually have a sponsor. Can you believe it? Dodoni, the people who make that smashed feta. We're going to see the Socceroos take on Greece June. It's June 7. It's a Tuesday night at Etihad, in Melbourne. On the 4th, I think, of June, it's in Sydney at the... Where's it being played?
Oh, who cares?
Okay, who cares? You're right.
No, I'm not sure.
Hey, I'm taking a group of people up there, so if they want to join me, you know, they'll care. But what does it mean to have something like that happening at Etihad? And not only that, immediately followed by the ICC. We're likely to see the champions of Italy, definitely, maybe the champions of Spain, maybe the European champions, and maybe the team that finished second in England, fronting up to play a competition against the top team in Australia, Victory.
Unbelievable stuff. I mean, I was just at Atletico Madrid on a little bit of a junket. What a club, just really welcomed us with open arms. And the amounts of respect they have, also went to Tottenham. Yes, I was going to mention that, George. But the amount of respect they have for the coach, Diego Simeone, and the style of football they play is just unbelievable. And I can't wait to see them here. But of course, the Greece game, we've got Josip Skorko in the room, and everyone remembers his wonderful volley from 2006 in the World Cup send-off game. So, look, Ange Postecoglou, now the Socceroos a must-watch, regardless of whether it's a friendly or a World Cup qualifier. So every game, every squad announcement is laced with anticipation.
Wouldn't it have been great, though, Catherine, if we could have put the girls to play before the Australia-Greece game? Could you imagine if our Matildas had played maybe the curtain raiser?
Yeah, I think we did it once before. We played at the MCG before Australia played Greece last time.
But do it regularly.
Yeah, we'd love to do it regularly.
Minister, are you thinking about it?
I'll see what I can do.
Oh, I like it.
How's that?
Phil, do you think he can back it up and make it happen? He's got to do it. He's got to try, certainly.
Let's just make it happen. We've got representatives from FFV in the room. We've got
ICC.
We've got relationships directly into Football Federation Australia. Let's make it happen.
Phil, can I just, while I've got you here, business and football. Yeah, we've heard John Aaron, the Minister, speak about it. We've heard a host of others talk about it. We can even get entrepreneurs now to live this dream, not just the players, not the supporters. It is possible, but we've got to have a will. You know, there's a saying, where there's a will, there's a way. Do you think it's there, or we can build it?
Yeah, look, absolutely. I mean, we all heard earlier this afternoon the story about TMAP, and what a sensational example that is for everybody, where, you know, a problem was identified and somebody went around building a solution. And that solution is now helping hundreds of football clubs, not just around Australia, but also internationally.
And we've got more startup businesses in Victoria than any other place in the world.
We do, and Victoria created more businesses in the last 12 months than any other place in Australia, and we've got a lot to be proud of. We lead the way in so many different areas, and I think that that's a tribute to everybody in this room as well.
Catherine, can small businesses leverage the power of footy? Can we get it out there?
Yeah, I think so. I think definitely. I mean, football's such a global game, so it's not just domestically. I mean, you jump on board here, who knows where you can go internationally as well.
Are we getting a fair rub from the Professional Football Association? Are they getting in there, rolling up their sleeves and understanding the opportunities as well?
Yeah, very much so. I mean, we do all the dirty work, so we enjoy it.
And are the women being given a fairer shake as well? Because, as we know, these traditional older organisations have taken some time coming to the forefront and understanding that there's 50% of the audience out there that's female.
Yeah, I think so. It's definitely a cultural mind shift that needs to change. I mean, if you're looking at doing deals for your men's team, how do you incorporate your women's team? So I think that needs to be front of mind, and I think that needs to change.
David, your thoughts on that particular idea? Are we seeing changes? You're in the newsroom. Yep. You're speaking to a huge cross-section of the marketplace. Are they talking like that as well?
Yeah, I mean, look, the game's got so much potential, and, you know, I guess the theme of today is, you know, fairy tales and living the dream. And one of the reasons I fell in love with this game, I guess, was, you know, the fact that it takes you overseas and you know, the different cultures it exposed you to. But it's also the sport that doesn't discriminate, which is why, you know, fairy tales can happen. And I mean, it's accessible to anyone. All you need is a ball. It doesn't discriminate gender-wise or physically. And
can you imagine once upon a time Lionel Messi was told, "Don't bother, kid, you're too small."
Yeah. Unfortunately, you still do hear that every now and then. But in some of the other football codes, physicality does matter a lot more so than what it does in soccer. So, you know, fairy tales can happen.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please thank our panellists for helping us through this myriad of football topics. John Aaron, Philip Dalidakis, Catherine Gill and David Davidovic. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the insight and thank you for the support, and we thank you for your attendance. Makes the world a difference.